Okay, okay. Yeah, so let's see. For the maybe past few weeks or something, there has been some kind of we could say silence maybe, or something like that, in a sense that the seeking energy is not that active anymore. But
Yeah.
it's not like something has happened, nothing has happened. It's just um, it's kind of seen that nothing makes sense to the mind. Maybe I just see it's like this, and I cannot make any sense to it. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know if you can make some sense out of this. Be sure to write me immediately.
Yeah, you're gonna join my satsang then.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what was seen actually, and this is fun, because in this story, Alexander was a really spiritual guy, 10 years, like meditating hours and hours, and trying to teach meditation and this and that and new age stuff and everything, you know. And what was seen now is that was such a big like ego game. Wow, and how subtle.
Yeah.
How subtle.
Yeah.
Because it has that that story that it is for good, you know, trying to help, trying to get better, whatever, you know.
I'm familiar with that story. Yeah.
And now when that character is lost, I'm like, wow, what now?
Yeah, right, exactly. So it's not that you've done anything.
Yeah.
The thing is there something you're not doing when you're experiencing this? And that's the fact you're not believing thought. Because I don't know what's going on here either. But what I notice is, and I don't even know who it is that doesn't know what's going on here. But what I do know is that I don't actually need to know. I don't even, care to know. Like you were talking about, if you figure it out, I'll come to your satsang. If you figure it out, I'm running as fast as I can the other direction, because I don't know anything and I want to know less than I know. Yeah. Because it's only here that freedom is found, which is where I'm not sure about everything. Sureness is the death of spiritual progress. It just is. Stops it right in its tracks. Because if I'm sure about something, it's wrong. I'm sure about a lie. Because now some people will say, I am is the one thing that you can be sure about. And that may be for them, but I can't even report that I am. I certainly can't report that I'm not. But my experience actually is that there is a sense of being. Yes. And a sense of being is not the same thing as reporting that there is being or I am being. It sounds very subtle, and on one level it is. But on the other level, it's quite profound. It changes nothing except for the fact that it does change the way the story is seen is the way the way the story is interpreted is the way the story is seen. And so, or vice versa, really, the way that it's seen is the way it'll be interpreted. But the point being is that sureness has to come from somebody. There's somebody that is sure about something else. I don't have anything else. There's only me. So I don't know what this is. So this great unknowing, this is what we're shooting for. We always thought enlightenment was going to be the great knowing, and I understand on one level it sort of is. It's skillful language. It's just not true language, because language isn't true. Can't be. So even what I'm saying right now is not true. It's very close to truth. It's very truthy, very truth-like, but it's not actually the truth because it's coming through this thing. The truth is coming through 158 pounds right now of after a 20-pound loss, and 158 pounds of conditioning, and that includes all of this, and it also these conditions pour into it as well. So rather than try to find out what it is that's going on here, what happens if you don't try to figure out and don't concern yourself with what's going on here so much as you concern yourself with whose experience this is? That change things? It will change things, because if I see things from Fredness, this is going to be just like it was for the first 52 years of my life. That's not a good space. It's not a good place for me or anybody else. But when I see this, when I take the view, the no viewpoint view, which is there's just awake, there's just this awakeness, this awaking. There's just awaking, but it's not anybody's experience, and it's not something else that is experienced. What's being experienced is a dream, and the person, and there's no person for whom that is the dream. It is the dream of being. This is the core dream. It is a dream of being. And from that, there will rise a sense of individuality, which begins to come with the sense of being is the lead up to I am. And I am is where it breaks, really breaks. I know that a lot of teachers will teach you that I am is the end of the road, but that's where we're trying to get. And once you really get that firmly, you're done. Only thing I can say is, without criticizing anybody else, I can just tell you that that's not my experience here. So that may be theirs, but it's not mine. And I knew it wasn't mine. I was suspicious of it for some time. And then a client told me something one night that pushed me into deep inquiry on this idea of I amness. And about 6 months later, the penny dropped, as they say. And I had been enlightened for years and teaching for years, I'd been teaching for years, but not on the internet. I'd only been on the internet. It was my first or second year, and something happened there that changed a lot. So be open to the unfolding and who it is that's observing the unfolding, but be open to the unfolding rather than trying to figure it out. Or for God's sakes, trying to bring it about, because that will just end in fear and suffering and all of that. Ultimately, if we were to take it as far as we could, it would end in madness. But usually the unit will bail out before that. It's I'm sick of this. And if the head is not so deep in the tiger's mouth, then seeking can be dropped. And I've advised seekers, many of them, well, see if you can give this up. If you can, then give it up. Because if you can give it up, it means that you're not where you hoped to be. Because there's no giving this up, because there's no seeking it. The seeking is ridiculous. How do you seek this? Where do I go? Let me see. I'm looking for my hand. Where do I go? Damn, I can't see anything. It's got to be around here somewhere. So the willingness to be open to whatever this ising. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really it's and it's not a 24/7 experience for a long time. And I can't say it's 24/7 now. I can say it's 24/7 except for a few seconds here or a few seconds there. So that's pretty close. But it's not entire freedom. It really is not. So, but it's, you know, but it's close enough.
Wow. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
This was really, really good.
Good. Glad to hear it, Alexander.